So the first thing that we do is we kind of inspect the chip, make sure that it is repairable, make sure that everything's connected. So what I'm doing here is cleaning up where the missing glass is and kind of getting all that loose glass out of there, making sure that it's all clean. I'm kind of putting pressure on there, making sure that all of these legs are connected. I'm going to go ahead and grab my B150 bridge. I'm going to place it over the chip and I'm going to line up the injector barrel with the center of the chip or where the missing glass is. So you're going to want to grab your resin and you're going to go ahead and put the resin inside of the injector barrel. Go ahead and grab your ejector pin and place it inside of the barrel. So what I'm doing here is I'm spinning that and screwing it into the barrel. And what this is doing is pushing all of that resin inside of the barrel down to the bottom of the barrel and into the chip. This is the first injection cycle, and you're going to want to do this for about 5 minutes. Once that 5 minutes is up, you're going to want to go ahead and do a vacuum cycle. Now, what this does is kind of creates a vacuum on the chip and sucks out all of that air. So I'm going to go ahead and unscrew that injector pin. I don't want to do it all the way. I just want to do it a few turns, and I'm just going to unscrew it so counterclockwise, and I'm going to create that vacuum. So you're going to want to do the first vacuum cycle for about 30 seconds or until you see all that air kind of come out. Then you're going to go to another injection cycle. So you want to do about 3 cycles. So inject, vacuum, inject, vacuum, inject, vacuum. The last step is putting it on an injection cycle, making sure all of that resin is flowing into that chip and it's all completely packed in. I like to undo it and move it to the side. That way, no air comes up or any resin comes up when I just take it off. Now I'm going to grab my pit resin. So there's a little bit more thicker of a resin. I'm just going to put a dab right onto the missing glass part or the little dot part. I'm going to put my curing tab right over there to make sure that it flattens out. Now I'm going to put my curing light on top and cure this for about 5 minutes. After about 5 minutes, you're going to want to go ahead and grab a straight edge or a razor and take off the curing tab. So you're just going to want to peel that off. And once you do peel it off, you're going to see a little bit of excess resin. All you got to do is just scrape that off. And notice how I'm doing this. I'm using the razor blade straight up and I'm kind of just sliding it across the glass. I want to be careful not to scratch the glass because if you were to go the other way, it will scratch into the glass, but I'm kind of just smoothing it off. Once it's all shaved off, I'm going to go ahead and just clean off all of that excess resin. And then from here, what I'm going to want to do is grab my pit polish. I'm going to put a little dab onto that pit or where that little dot is. I'm going to grab my rag and I'm just going to buff it out. So what this does is just kind of clears up that pit and just makes the whole repair look a little bit better. So I'm just going to do that for 10 seconds or so, make sure that it's all clear and all cleaned up. And that's pretty much it. As you can see here, that's sort of what it turns into. Just a little dot, and that's about it. It's that simple.